My name is Carlos Cruz Blanco, and I am so happy to be starting the WTM Center in Colombia. I'm originally from Colombia, South America, born in the capital. I'm 49 years old. My background, I studied chemical engineering back home. In 2001, I decided to cross the pond, and as they say, and ended up in London. I first came to learn the language. My goal was to do maybe a postgraduate course, and finally I did a couple of masters. Then I managed to stay in the country. Now I have a British passport, and I've been working as a scientist since 2012. My present title is Research and Development Scientist. I have always been very curious about things. Even at some point in my life, I went between different religions, maybe trying to find the one. And let's say since 2010, I became a newborn Christian, and that's the religion that kind of like I try to practice now, and I'm happy with it. But I have always been kind of open and curious about new ideas, new things that can enrich you. The story with the WTM was, believe it or not, with Instagram. I started getting these amazing pictures of the book Freedom with amazing backgrounds, normally nice landscapes. Then it became more about quotes of very, very important people, historical figures. And then even some cartoons criticizing certain things about, the world as we know it. And probably those things started to resonate so much that I was looking at the cover of the book in these pictures, and I was, okay, so what is that? But I don't know until what point I'd say, okay, let's check on online Freedom book. I think that's how it started. Then, I discovered the website. I actually have here, the first thing I did, I downloaded the little review book. I read it. Then I discovered that was just the launch of the book in London. Because it was free, it was easy to read. Then I downloaded the PDF of the big book, Freedom. And I love my tablet, and I have lots of books there. But when I really, really find a book that I really like, there's nothing like the book in this format. So I bought the book from Amazon, and then I started reading it, because it's a book that you go forwards and backwards. But it all started with Instagram. I have never heard before of the WTM, of the works of Jeremy Griffith, or no, I was completely ignorant about it. And since then, it was just like a discovery. Then on the website, I started looking at the videos, and then continue the learning of all the material. The information has greatly helped me personally because of my background. I come from Colombia, which everybody knows is a country that unfortunately has been involved with violence for most of its history. And there were many, many examples when I was a kid, a teenager, my late 20s, when I left the country, of people doing very bad things. And I always thought, how come we are capable of doing such a horrific thing? That at some point we're like a day-to-day. At the same time, my country has many, many good people doing very great things. And it was that contrast that was always with me, asking almost God, how come we do this? And at the same time, we can do something so bad. So when I started reading the book, and I realized what it was about, that it was trying to find the explanation of why humans, we are capable of both extremes sometimes, being very lovable, doing great, amazing things, heroic things. At the same time, that history, not only in my country, but in many countries, shows the horrors of war, for example, of, I don't know, many to mention, but that was for me the key. That was when I really got interested in the information, when I really said, oh, wow, I mean, it's fantastic that this can be answered from a biological, scientific point of view. Because of my background, and I just mentioned, yes, I profess a religion, but I also have a scientific mind. maybe I shouldn't mention that, maybe, but that's how I am. So I want to put like, look, I'm a scientist, and yes, I profess in religion, but I think that freedom goes beyond, in the sense that you can be critical, analytical, and get the understanding. So for me, that's also important, that I hope a book like Freedom can connect with people who think, if you're going to talk to me about religion or I'm not interested. So I do believe that going from the perspective that it is the product of our research, not from a dogma, not from something that we must learn because of something you feel, but is results that have been proven, that have been tested, and the scientific method. I think that's the key. That's the key, and for me, that would be a good. Let's see. I think that's a good strength about the material, that can reach people who are not interested in other sort of information. And I think that those two connections, to have it on a more scientific way, and to explain why finally we are the way that we are, like giving hope at the same time. That's what it has helped me the most, to understand my own failures as a person, to see the people around me when we are in different situations, and see how when I say we, it's because I also do it, react in the way I react sometimes. Now that I have a little bit of understanding, thanks to the book and thanks to the videos, so the information that I have seen has helped me to at least to find more peace, to be more calm, and to have more hope, especially over the things that only opening their eyes can help. The reason I would like to open the WTM Center in Colombia is to make this amazing information that is contained in this book available to as many people as possible, not only in my home country, Colombia, but any Spanish-speaker country in the world. Because through its pages and through the website, all that information that is already available free, we will change definitely our perspective of how we behave. We will learn why we are not as bad as we are made believe that we are. And I think it's important that people from my country and all countries in the Spanish-speaking world are exposed to this great material. That's why we started translating some of the explanatory complementary material that is available on the website. And hopefully we will start soon with translating this amazing book, so everyone can start reading it and start thinking about it. It's definitely not an easy read. It's not an easy translator either. But if I can say, it's so important that everyone at least have a look, try to see what the book is trying to explain, and have to see inside himself or herself how things can be approached from a different perspective. Why conflict is not the only option if we know what is created from the first place. That's one of the very first takeaways that I took from the book. So the idea is to make it grow, the movement grow. There are 600 million of Spanish speakers, if I'm not wrong, around the world. So the more that people connect to the information presented, the better for the whole world, I think.